Good morning, good morning. It is another fabulous Monday morning, and I am just so excited this morning. I would like to introduce to you and bring to the line a phenomenal woman, someone who is known as a professional coach, role model, mentor, leader, national speaker, vice president of human resources in corporate America, and many others. But she says her most important titles are wife and mom. She has helped me and hundreds of women across the country become better and stronger. She is the host. She is the visionary of this call, and she is just flat out bad to the bone. Good morning, Miss Jill Jordan Green.
Good morning, Lynette. How are you this morning?
I'm pumped up, fired up, and ready to go.
Absolutely, folks. I want to say good morning, and welcome to Momentum Mondays. Yes, my name is Jill Green, Sword in 16, and I'm the host of the call that's designed to wake you up, shake you up, and take you up to new levels in your life, your career, your business, and your dreams. And yes, we're reaching our dreams in 2016. Folks, we have 33 days left until the end of the year, but it's not too late to reach the goals that you plan for yourself. Now, we have an amazing call designed for you this morning, but before we get started, I would love to introduce to you a few of my amazing co-hosts. First up, from the East Coast, we have Mr. Bishop Dickie Robbins. He is the pastor of Life in Christ Cathedral Faith Ministries, author of the brand new devotional Wisdom of the Word 90-Day Journey, all the way from Chester, PA. Good morning, Bishop. And Bishop might be on mute, and we'll come back to Bishop. And next up, we're going to stay on the East Coast. She is the visionary of Women of More campaign, author of the sizzling new Women of More magazine, all the way from Newark, Delaware. Good morning, Michelle.
Woo! Good morning, Jill Jordan Green. I'm intentional about my day. You know I wake up like this. Let's go.
Let's go. And we're going to go all the way to the Midwest. She is a mover and a shaker. She is a youth advocate. She's a community leader, an international speaker. She's the founder of Girls Rock. Good morning from my hometown, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Good morning, Zanita.
Good morning, Jill. Good morning, Momentum Monday movers and shakers. Remember today, we're in the last 33 of this year. Lead with love. I promise you, most and some may need it. Let's go.
Let's go. And last but certainly not least, she is the owner of Virtually Yours. She's the founder of Saving Our Youth, author of #1 best-selling book, Mission Unstoppable. She wrote with Les Brown and George Fraser all the way from D-Town, Detroit, Michigan. Good morning, Lynette.
Good morning, Jill. Good morning to all the champions on the line. It's time. We're killing procrastination in 2016 because the future is right now. Let's go.
The future is right now, and I want to say a special thank you to all of you who join this call every single Monday to make sure that your Mondays will never be the same. If you'd like to dialogue with us, go ahead and join our Momentum Monday Facebook group and make your comments or ask your questions. If you like a quote, hashtag something if you like something that you hear, and please, right now in the group, why don't you write hashtag I am on the call, hashtag I am on your call. So listen, today's going to be an amazing day. I'm really, really excited about our topic this morning. It's called Going from Red Bottoms to Black Bottoms, and I love this topic. And as you guys know, from time to time, we love to bring you an expert as a special guest that can talk to us about a particular topic. And right now, we are going into our last 33 days of the year. 33 days of the year. And we have two groups of people, that participate in the last 33 days of the year. We have some folks that are turning up the heat on their goals, and they are driving really hard to finish their goals and make that last dream come true. And then some of us are getting ready for the holidays. We're getting our families ready, our homes ready, we're decorating, we're starting our Christmas shopping, right? And some of us are doing both. But I started doing a little bit of research on the holiday fever and holiday shopping. And I came across a story that ABC News ran a few weeks ago. And they said the average American will spend between $700 on holiday gifts and goodies this year. They will spend between $700 and $850 per family on holiday and gift shopping this year, which is, to me, quite a bit. That's going to make this holiday season a $465 billion shopping industry. $465 billion spent in holiday shopping. The story said that if that $465 billion was spent entirely on U.S. products, U.S.-made products, it would create 4.6 million jobs in our country. That's amazing. If all the money we spend in holiday shopping was spent only on U.S. products alone, it would create over 4.6 million jobs. That's huge. I wanted to start this discussion off like that because, we're all going to shop and we're all going to, make sure that our families are taken care of in whatever way you see fit. However, we need to be responsible, and we need to be sure that we stay in the black and not in the red. And so I am so excited to have a very good friend of mine, someone that a few of us met. We met at Martha's Vineyard. She was absolutely amazing, Miss Vanessa Lindley from the TLC Group. She is the CEO and founder of the TLC Group. She's a financial expert, just graduated from the Goldman Sachs business program, which I'm super, super proud of. If you know anything about that program, you have to be a giant to be enrolled and accepted. And she is just a wealth of knowledge, and her time is very valuable because she charges for giving information this way. But today she decided to join us and sow a seed, and so we're so honored to have her on the call this morning. So you guys, I want you to get your pens and your paper out and take notes, because if you did not have her right now and you were on a call with her by yourself, this would cost you a lot of money. But I am so glad that she would just honor us this morning with her time and her talent. So good morning, Miss Vanessa. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. I am blessed and highly favored. So excited to be here with you all.
Oh, my goodness. It's such an honor to have you. And I'm so excited about the future and the things that we'll all do together. But I'd love to have you this morning to talk to us about going from red bottoms to black bottoms. So what should we be thinking as we go into the last 33 days of the year in regards to our finances, Vanessa?
Well, Jill, you opened up so wise as we talk about our finances and the type of people that we are. Some people are going to be pushing really hard to finish out this year strong as it pertains to their finances, and some people will be focusing on exclusively the holidays. And I would implore that everyone on this call do a little bit of both, and it is possible when it comes to your finances. Your numbers are on point, where people are going to spend anywhere between $700 to $850, and some people will spend more. That's the average on shopping. And it will help the economy. And at the same time, my mission in life is to have people think about their personal finances as their own personal economy. You have to treat your household finances like a business. And so my talk that I give, on a platform going from red bottoms to black bottoms, it really is about how you can stay in the black. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it's really taking a look at your net worth, knowing what you're worth. And being in the red generally means you are negative. Your net worth, there's a balance between what you own and what you owe. So own, O-W-N, and owe, O-W-E. One letter changes the meaning of the word. And so we want to make sure that we stay in the black. And I use red bottoms because it is a popular shoe and it's very expensive and it's a multi-million-dollar company. And I want people to think about how can they build their own economy in that same way. And so as you're finishing out this year, I think it'd be a great time, regardless of where you fall on the type of person you are, to look at your net worth and really take a stock in what you own and what you owe. And some of your debts might be your mortgage, your student loan, business loans. Those are all great liabilities because they can generate assets. But if you have a lot of consumer debt, that's going to pull you down into the red. So we want to take a look at that. And then you can also start to look at how you manage your cash flow. I think that'll be important. I believe people should buy what they want. I mean, if you follow me on social media, I had a lot of posts around Black Friday, and, a lot of people, it's a psychological thing to get us to start spending money during the holidays. And a lot of tactics are used, but I want people to say, enjoy the holidays, get the things that you want as long as it fits within your budget. And so for the last 33 days, I implore all of my clients to track their spending, know what's coming in, know what's going out, pay attention to the details. And then as we finish out, start looking at 2017. It's not too early. Some people wait until we get into 2017, but you can start looking at your goals now. And my favorite quote that I want people to think about, and you should write this down: a financial goal without a dollar and a date is a dream. So when you start planning for 2017, you want to write down what it is that you want, how much, and when do you want to have it. That dollar and that date is so important, because some people say, I want to save more money, or I want to get out of debt. You have to quantify that. How much debt do you have that you want to pay down, and when do you want to be debt free? And how much money do you want to accumulate, and by when? So be specific. And so those are some of the key points. Yeah.
So let's slow down for a second, because you're giving us a lot of really good nuggets. I want to make sure that our callers are getting this. So, folks, you're here Momentum Monday, and today we're talking about going from red bottoms to black bottoms. We have the amazing, dynamic Miss Vanessa Lindley from the TLC group here on the call with us this morning. She's a financial expert, and she's telling us really how we should be thinking about our finances the last 33 days of the year. And I love what you said, that we should be thinking about our own personal economy. I thought that was pretty powerful, because, we often hear how the overall global economy is doing, or the national economy is doing, but you said we should treat our own household finances like a business. Let's back up for a second. Talk more about that. That was pretty powerful. I don't know that we've been taught to see our personal finances like a business.
We're not even taught really about personal finance, and I'm sure there's a lot of dynamic people on this call from all over the country, and they're experts in their fields. But unless you went to school for it, you haven't really been taught it. And personal finance is so personal that you don't learn it. So my thing is, when you run a business, and some of us run businesses, we know that for us to be profitable, we have to sell more items, provide more services, and generate money in. And we're looking at how much we spend in order to generate that revenue. Meaning, if we're gonna sell a book, we're gonna look at how much the production is. We have to treat our household the same way and protect it the way a business owner would. Business owners want to be successful, so they're constantly looking at how am I going to market, how am I going to expand, how am I going to, improve my revenue. So we have to do the same thing in our house. When the economy tanked, businesses made adjustments, but not all households did. So and some of you may have experienced it. If you work for a corporation, if there's a cut, they'll cut employees. They may cut services. We have to do the same thing. We want to look at how much we're bringing in. How can we generate more revenue? Are we making enough? And how we can look at what we're spending every day in our daily lives, and how that's going to affect our overall net worth as a personal economy.
That is so powerful. That is so powerful. Now, let's talk about the net worth for a second, because I know this isn't really a new concept to most people, but I think people are scared of it, because I think that people don't feel like they even make enough money to even, when I say people, I'm talking about some people. But some people, Vanessa, don't feel like they even make enough to even be concerned about identifying what their net worth is. What would you say to that?
My thing is that it's not how much money you make. It's really what you do with the money that you make. And so net worth, yes, it can be scary, because people want to think about, I want to be a millionaire. If they don't have $1 million in assets, they don't feel valuable. Right. But that's not it. The dollar amount is not going to determine your value. It's being in the black. And it takes time sometimes for you to be in the black. So thinking about, again, earning more than you spend is going to help it, and earning more than you borrow. And I want people to start thinking about how they can generate passive income. So you may work at a job that doesn't earn a lot of money for your salary, but there's so many things you can do to bring in more money to your household that you don't have to do work, like investing in real estate, or writing a book, or creating a course, an online course that repeats itself, life insurance, investments, and you can make small investments which give you some dividends. So there are ways to increase your net worth without having to do more work. And you don't have to be a millionaire. You have to figure out what's going to make you comfortable, and thinking about ways you can bring in more money without having to work anymore.
This is really, 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 really good. I do see a part 2 in our future. I'm just saying this is awesome. Vanessa, we're going to keep talking, and then at the end, our co-host will have a chance to ask questions. And then to the callers on the line, you can put your questions in the Facebook discussion group, and one of the team members will let me know we have a question. But I love this. We're here on Momentum Monday. We have the amazing, dynamic CEO and founder of TLC Group, Ms. Vanessa Lindley, and we're talking about going from red bottoms to black bottoms, and that means getting out of debt, staying out of the red, and into the black, which is a positive number in your finances. And the first thing she told us is treat your personal finances like your own personal economy. It is also a company or business. Run it that way. I love that. And then you talked a little bit about the net worth. Increase your net worth. But first you have to know what it is. And earlier you said it's what you own or what the difference between what you own or what you owe. I love that. And you said it's just that one letter that makes the difference, what you own and what you owe. And one way to increase your net worth is passive income. And I love that you begin to give examples because some of us don't understand all the different types of examples that are out there when it comes to passive income. Real estate is one that people know about you, but you mentioned online courses, writing a book, creating something that one time that you get paid over again and again. That's really passive income. And that's one way that you can increase your network. So step number 1 of your principles today is to increase your network. And then you talked a little bit about the cash flow. And I want to go back to that point because you made a very important point about tracking your spending. And I don't know that a lot of people have that discipline, especially during the holidays. So can we talk a little bit more about the cash flow and tracking your spending?
That's another one that a lot of people are afraid of. And now that we are becoming a cashless society, meaning that we don't really spend a lot of cash. We use everything on a card. So we use a debit card, a credit card. You can also look back at what you're actually spending without having to track it, even though I like to track. But if you can start looking at your credit card statements, your bank statements, you can see where your money is going. And if you are a cash person, you can collect receipts. But I tell people, do what's going to work best for you. When I'm ready to lose weight, I start tracking my food. If I'm starting to get my money together, I start tracking my spending. It could be a notebook where you write down everything you spent for the week or 2 weeks. It could be an electronic platform where you do the same thing, where you track your spending for a couple of weeks. So you can see, what am I spending money on? Because a lot of people make enough money, but they spend more than they make, and they're not even aware. We're unconscious with our decisions. So we're going out and buying that soda or that coffee, all the little things that can eat up. You go into Target or Walmart to get some detergent, and you come out with $100 worth of items, and you're like, what did I just buy?
Right.
So you want to start to really track that cash flow in order to find out where your money is going.
That's really good. And that, you know what, I'm glad you mentioned the small things, because I think when we hear about track your spending, I think people are thinking of, oh, well, I need to track, that big TV that I bought, right? Or I need to be conscious of, buying household furniture or big items. No, it's not the big things that get us. It's those little things every day that creep up on us. Am I right? You mentioned the coffee or the candy bar or eating out. Those type of things are things we have to really track and be careful.
Those will eat you up, and the kids, taking the kids with you to stores and stuff. You got kind of some of that too. All the parents on the call, they can also get us too. But once you start tracking and becoming aware, you can start to calculate, what is this costing me? The cost of this coffee, which may or may not actually add value to my life, over a month or half a year or a year, you find out what it really is costing you. And just like a business, for the business owners, when you run a business, you do monthly tracking, you do quarterly tracking to see where you are. And you have to do the same thing in your household. So if you have a goal for 2017, you need to be aware every month, am I on track? And it's the same thing with your spending.
That is excellent. I love this. This is awesome. So Vanessa gave us some great principles this morning. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I was going to say with the spending also, and the holidays is a great time. Some of our spending is happening due to influences, and we want to be aware of that also. This is a whole other topic, but I just want to throw that out there, that be mindful of the influences that cause you to spend money that you don't necessarily need to, that aren't going to help you reach your goals. It could be friends, it could be families, it could be the sales that pop up in your email, Facebook, the sales that pop up on Facebook. It could be the TV commercials you watch. We have a lot of influencers that cause us to spend money that we don't necessarily should be spending, because it's not going to help us reach our goal.
That is so true. I can't tell you how many ads I have been getting in my email, even now on my calendar. I don't know how they're doing it, but I'm getting some, e-ads on my calendar popping up. Oh, it's only $49.99. Make sure you. I'm like, what is this? I am being bombarded by sales that I'm not even looking for. I didn't even participate in Black Friday, but it's coming to me. So I appreciate you bringing up the influences that are so subtle. And definitely in Facebook, because they track what your activity is and they track the things that you like. And everything you want will be right there at your fingertips, tempting you to buy. I love this, Vanessa. So your first principle was increase your well, first of all, know what your net worth is and then increase it. The second thing you talked about was cash flow and make sure that you are tracking your spending. I love this. And then the third thing you mentioned was setting a financial goal for next year. We don't have to wait until we get into 2017. We can start right now. And you gave us a quote that someone already put down as a hashtag in our group, and I love it. You said a financial goal without a dollar and a date is just a dream. And I want you to break that down for me because that is so powerful. And even give if you can give us a working example, because this is the piece that people are afraid of. They're afraid to set that financial goal because a lot of times they're afraid they won't hit it. So they'll just overspend and live day to day. So talk to us a little bit more about that powerful statement and give us a working example of the dollar and the date.
I mean, you hit it on the head again. It's fear. Fear can really mess us up in a lot of areas of our life. We've mentioned fear at least 3 or 4 times on this call already. Fear of your net worth, fear of the cash flow, and looking at your spending and your habits. And now it's also setting that goal. And I think I saw you, Jill, Dynamic Jill. You had your big, hairy goal that's about to come out, you're about to launch. Do that with your finances. And just like other things in your life, once you set that goal and you focus on it, it will happen. And even if you don't hit it exactly, you will come really close because you'll start to bring all of your energy toward reaching that goal. And so, again, if your goal is to, excuse me, I'll go two ways. If your goal is to, I want to buy a piece of real estate next year because I need that passive income. I love what I do. It brings value to my life, but I want a little bit more income so I can do some extra things. So I want to buy a piece of real estate. And I know it's the national webinar. I teach around the country, so I know the prices can vary. So if I say, a $250,000 property, I'm going to need, $5,000. Put down $5,000 by December 2017. Then you break it down. How much will I need each quarter, each month? If you get paid, biweekly or every 2 weeks, or however you get paid, how much of my paycheck do I need to put into that account? And as I teach people with savings for goals, you should also open up an account where that specific money goes. Don't lump all your savings together. So if your goal is this is going to be my real estate account, my home account, this is going to be my vacation account, this is going to be my Christmas account, whatever you're planning for, open up a specific account for that goal. So again, if your goal is to have $5,000 by the end of 2017 to buy a piece of real estate, which is going to help increase your passive income or your net worth because it's your first home, your property, you need to break that down quarterly, monthly, and then by your paycheck. What do I need to take out of my paycheck and put to a specific account to reach that goal? And check in. And so that's what I mean by set a date, set a deadline, and then set your benchmarks. And then, and if you automate it, there's a book called The Automatic Millionaire, where a couple, they were not wealthy by income, but they became wealthy by automating their savings and investing exactly as I'm talking about.
That's powerful. The Automatic Millionaire, folks, go ahead. If I can get one of my co-hosts to pull that book up and place it in the discussion group, that would be awesome. That is awesome and outstanding. We just have a few minutes left, Vanessa. I told you this was going to go really fast. So if you have it in your heart, I would love for you to come back and do a part 2 because we are eating this up more. This is awesome. I'm going to now transition just for a few minutes to our co-host to see if you guys have any comments or questions. Folks, you're here Momentum Monday. We have the dynamic and amazing Miss Vanessa Lindley, CEO and founder of the TLC Consulting Group, a financial expert who's just really, really helping us this morning. So any of our co-hosts have any questions or comments before we wrap up this morning?
Hey, Jill, can you hear me? This is Lynette.
Yep, I can hear you.
Wow, Vanessa, awesome information. It's just an honor to have you on this morning and such timely information. I do have a question. I remember before we left Martha's Vineyard, you handed me a sleeve, a credit card sleeve, and it says, will this purchase help me reach my goals? And I want to tell you, this has helped me to stay mindful of my spending habits. And so maybe you can share a little bit why you give this, this sleeve out with this question. It is effective. I just want to say it's been very effective for me because it stays on my mind consciously when I'm at Target and I'm going in just for some detergent, and then I whip out my credit card because I specifically put the card that I use the most in this sleeve. And so just kind of expound on that and share why asking that question is so important.
So as Annette shared, I give out these credit card sleeves, and I hope I had the black ones because it's all about staying in the black. And because I said we're cashless, so we use cards all the time, which is causing us not to be conscious of what we're doing with our money because we're disconnected from it because it's on this card. So the sleeve, you literally put the credit card or debit card into this holder, and it's a sleeve like if you get it from the bank, or like almost like a small envelope. And the ones I give out, it puts a question mark. Is this going to help you reach their goal, so that reach your goal, so that you are very mindful and conscious about your spending choices. We work very hard for our money. Most of us, I know all the people on this call do, because that's why we're on this call. And we want to make sure that it is the money that we're making is really helping us overall. And sometimes we get distracted. We're in the store. We get caught up in emotions, the psychology of shopping. I mean, I do a whole study on that. So the sleeve when you pull that card out of that sleeve, you're going to make a conscious choice. Whatever I'm buying in this cart today, is it going to help me reach my goal? So if I want this $5,000 to buy this piece of real estate property, will this, pack of cookies or this T-shirt, is it really going to help me do that? How is it going to add value? How is it going to help me reach this goal? So I'm so happy, Lynette, that it has made an impact on your life. I'm still giving them out, and I'm hoping I see you all at another in-person event so I could get them out in 2017. I will be relaunching my website so people can get them and order them from there. So I'm excited about that. But that is my whole thing of bringing consciousness to our spending. So thank you, Lynette. That is a great tool as well.
Absolutely. It has been tremendous for me, and I can't wait to get my daughter one because I also gave her a debit card, and just trying to keep her mindful of her spending, and it's very helpful. So thank you.
All right. Awesome.
Hey, Vanessa, this is Michelle, and thank you so much for joining us this morning. I can't wait to see you again. Hopefully it'll be at Martha Vineyard again. But what I find, and I had to get to this point, and Jill mentioned this about the pressure of spending, the pressure of buying gifts for people. I'm a believer of being a thoughtful spender, and being thoughtful, it could be the smallest things. What are some of the suggestions that you have for us, our callers, about spending, and maybe some ideas on spending for your loved ones and friends?
I think you hit it on the head. I mean, I know we're about to close out, and I might get emotional, but my mom passed away 5 years ago, and she was that type of, gift giver. It was a thoughtful little thing that she used to give us. And me and my sister, we didn't really joke about it, but we'd be like, oh, Mom gave us, like the socks from the store, whatever. And now that she's gone, we miss it. And so now we do it with my cousins and sisters. We can go, I bought my cousins some mugs from Marshalls. They were $3.99, but they had scriptures on it. I mean, she loved it so much. So we definitely need to get mindful of being thoughtful in our gift giving and not being concerned about the dollar amount, but actually the thought that's involved. For your children, if you can get them to start making gifts and teach them that early, that'll get them away from spending, but really creating a connection with the people that they love. And I love that point. So for groups, what we do, me and my girlfriends, we do a grab bag so that we're not all trying to spend money equally. Families do that as well for the adults. Instead of everyone trying to buy everyone a gift in the family, we do like the white elephant. Everyone brings a gift and we agree on a dollar amount. But I love that point, and you got me emotional early in the morning, but it's the thought that counts, and don't get caught up in, how much I spent on the gift, but what actually it could mean to that person. And a lot of times around the holidays, just getting a gift will mean a whole lot in nothing, and it could be a mug for $5.
Absolutely. I appreciate that, Vanessa. Thank you.
I love that point. Vanessa, you have been amazing this morning. Danita or Bishop, did you have any questions or comments before we wrap up this morning?
Well, yeah, Jill, I just wanted to say thank you for the information. It's a great reminder because in many cases we have heard some of the information before. There's a lot, the Bible talks about ever learning but never coming into the knowledge of the truth. And I think that we're guilty of that sometimes. We get more and more knowledge, and the preponderance of knowledge is expected to save us or bail us out. But really it's the applied knowledge that will bail us out. So I thank God for the reminder. But the book, The Automatic Millionaire, I believe it's by David Bach. And so that is a helpful book. And I made some changes based on what the book suggested. And again, even with that, though, we have to be responsible, be consistent, and be mindful, because if you can save money automatically, but you can also spend money automatically, and it works against what your ultimate goal is. So, again, proper way to use the knowledge is going to be helpful.
Outstanding. Well, Vanessa, I want to thank you so much. Danita, did you have anything?
I did. Vanessa, I just wanted to say thank you, because what I'm learning is that being single, so many women, when we're out and we're talking, we do operate out of a space sometimes of fear, because we don't have a second income to lean on. And so sometimes we feel like it's impossible for us to thrive and strive. And so even if you come back, I know we don't have time on this call, but I'd love to do a piece or at least have some conversation to that and how we can strengthen our finances and our monies, and, just as a team of women when we're out, what we speak to and how we relate into our finances, because fear is a factor with that. Some have kids, and, we operate out of a spirit of fear sometimes. So I was so grateful to hear you speak to that, and letting us know that, we got to change that to a faith base. So I appreciated the nuggets that you gave this morning. Awesome job.
It was awesome. And so, Vanessa, I do see a part 2 in our future if you would be so gracious and kind to join us again. This has been really awesome and amazing. Folks, you're here with us on Momentum Monday, where we had just a wonderful opportunity to spend a few moments with Mrs. Vanessa Lindley, the CEO and founder of the TLC Group, the Lindley Group. Vanessa, how can we follow you? I follow you. I'm a fan, so I have all your stuff. But can you tell the listeners how they can follow you on social media, your Instagram and your Facebook and your Twitter?
So all of them are just Vanessa Lindley, including my website. My website is going to be revamped within the next month, but it's VanessaLindley.com. It's at Vanessa Lindley on Instagram. It's at Vanessa Lindley on Twitter. You can find me Vanessa Lindley on Facebook. So yeah, I'll type my name in the group, so in case people, so you all have it on the flyer. But yeah, follow me. There's going to be some great things that are coming. I'm going to be doing some great things with your great host on the call as well in 2017. And I'm doing some.
I can't wait. Vanessa and I are cooking up a couple things we're going to be doing together. It's going to be awesome. Super looking forward to that. Vanessa, you are amazing. So thank you again so much. Folks, make sure you follow Vanessa. I mean, her posts are very thought-provoking. They make you think, and they check you. So she will step on your financial toes, but it is okay, because she's going to help us go from red bottoms to black bottoms. I love that. And some more to come on that. So, Vanessa, again, thank you. Folks, thank you so much for listening in. And Lynette, why don't you open us up and have everybody give us something to say as we head out this morning?
Well, I will open up the lines. I want to hear everybody say loud and proud, I'm going from red bottoms to black bottoms.
I am going from red bottoms to black bottoms.
Red bottoms to black bottoms.
Red bottom to black bottom. Oh, yeah.